I don't know if you could tell, but at the end of that last podcast, I got a double dip. My wife was knocking on the door, and I still don't know what she wanted because she rushed out of the house before I could talk to her. And then my mother-in-law called like the exact same second. So anyway, things got a little discombobulated. But you know what? I'm sure every one of you has a story about what it means to work from home. I just really hope, it seems like there's a chance that we're moving out of this COVID crisis. I just hope to God that we are. So anyway, so that's what I'm looking for. And what the final point that I'd like to make is um, I'd like for you to drop in some of the research that you've done in your outline that you present next week. It doesn't have to be digested. You can put it in this outline. It needs to be cited correctly. So in these narrative sections, I'd like for you to start thinking about the evidence that you're going to present um, as you create the roadmap for your paper. So again, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see examples of correctly cited examples of the evidence that you're going to present under the narrative sections. And you can present one or two pieces of evidence. All you need to do really is cut and paste. Just make sure it looks neat so we can look at it and it doesn't look all jumbled up and like you did it in, like 5 minutes before class, which is a mean thing to say because a lot of you are actually working really, really hard. But just make it sure that it's neat and that it's spaced nicely, and that at the end of your evidence, you put in a citation, um, and that you start creating endnote citations for the evidence that you drop in. So that's the last thing I wanted to say. What I'd like to see next week is you start filling out this outline. And I'd also like you to start presenting your evidence and where it will go, and in a form that is neat and I can take a look at it and I can see that you're beginning to formulate the paper in your mind, and you're beginning to formulate the evidence that you're going to use for your paper. You're not formulating the evidence, you're beginning to choose the evidence that you're going to put in your paper. Now, this is not a contract. If you don't end up using the evidence that you present next week in your paper, fine, we're not going to double check on you. This ideally is just a way to get you to start thinking about in what order you're going to present your evidence and what exact evidence that you're going to use. Okay. So as always, if you have any questions, reach out. If you want to meet by Zoom, I'm very happy to meet with you. And I hope you're doing well.